أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We also are watching you are watching DCC X10 tournament 10 over T10 match for 76 CC batting. Please enjoy its batting. Thank you very much.
In those power play overs with the new ball. And Shakur is not going to be happy for missing out on that one. And the first ball has been played towards that short mid-wicket fielder, Riaz Khalid. No run conceded. So good start.
Once again, coming into the right-hand batter, nicely pushed towards the short mid-wicket. Single. Shakur is off the mark. Riaz Khalik and Sultan, these both left-arm spinners, the role to play tonight. And we have the third left-arm orthodox spinner, one of our favorites, Nilash Keswani. 6 overs of left-arm orthodox spin. One more legend. Off break, Nasser Dawn, Nasser Aziz. Time trying to go big. Just a single. And in the fast bowling, they have the option of Mubin Ali and Ehsan. So the wicket is behaving a bit different compared to oval one. It's a slow surface, helping the spinners. You need to utilize the batting power play. And talking about utilizing, trying to go big and hold at a long on. Wicket number 1 goes down for 76.
Well, I was just about to say, based on the couple of balls that I saw Shakur play, that perhaps he's recognized that it's a low total, so it take a little bit of time. But then he's just hit that. It's hit the bottom part of the bat, and he's found Rahul Chopra, who's taken a simple catch as Seven Districts lose their first wicket early on in the first over. Abdul Shakur going back to the dugout for 1 of 3, and they're 3 for 1 at the end of 4 balls.
Bowler Sultan Ahmed.
This has been the problem of 7 districts, the batting. The chasing just a mere of 87 target was not at all required by Abdul Shakur. Big breakthrough given by Sultan Ahmed. Walks in Mohammad Zamir. He has been promoted up the order.
Well, they probably sent the left-hander in because they know Sultan is there, and they've got those 2 other slow left-armers as well. As Amir just plays that towards the cover, Riaz Khalid, who's going to have another big role to play in this bowling unit field, and there's no run conceded. So fairly quiet over from Seven Districts to start off with. And Zamir has just tried to hoik that towards mid-wicket. He got none of that. He's run through for a single as the first over comes to a close and Seven Districts are 4 for 1.
Interesting move by the captain of 11 A's, Kunen Abbas, bringing Lash Keswani from the other end. Left arm orthodox bowler.
Well, I like this move from Kunen. Nilansh is brilliant with the new ball. He gets that drift that will go away from the left-hander, and he's during the early part of his career during age-level cricket, he was primarily used as a new ball bowler. So I feel this is a good move, even though they've utilized Nasir Aziz as well with the new ball. So they've got plenty of options to use if this move doesn't work out. So it's a good ploy, I feel. So that's been hit towards square leg region. He's timed that well enough to get to the boundary, and Rahul Chopra's done really well. We're going to have to probably have a look at that. It was a good effort from Rahul Chopra.
I'm not middle properly by Mohammad Zamir. Still played in the vacant area. There was a chase by the short square leg, and Rahul Chopra coming all the way from deep mid wicket. Close call. I think it's a 4. Yes, right decision made by the umpire. 4 of the very first delivery of Nilansh, but not in a convincing fashion by Zamir.
Good call. Well, Nilansh will have to be a little bit smarter over here. He's probably now recognized that Zamir is just trying to go or would want to go after him. So it's going to be a test for him in terms of how well he adjusts himself. So that's a very good delivery. It's beaten all ends up as Zamir tries to go towards that mid-wicket region again. Was that a stumping chance?
I think there was a chance for stumping. This time played it straight towards the bowler. A brilliant effort on his own bowling arm.
And he's been struck on the knee by Sultan. One left-hander, left-arm spinner to another. And the launch down but not out. He's going to get back up as we have a look at that replay. What a brilliant effort from Nilansh. He almost got his hands to his weak hand, mind you. He's stronger with his left hand. He's shrugging off the pain.
Definitely has saved that 4 runs for his team. Nilansh Keswani, interesting character, young lad, always wanted to give his best for his team.
Making some last minute adjustments to his field, bowling to the right hander now. Sarir has played that really well, but brilliantly fielded by Riaz Khalik again. Such a live wire in the field, Riaz Khalik. He gives 150% every time he steps on the ground, which is why he's such a good addition to any side. Well, Sarir just tried to hoik that towards mid-wicket, got no piece of it, inside edge, and they've run through for a single.
Poor cricket by 7 districts. You need to take those singles. It's not all about the boundaries. Mohammad Zamir has been promoted. He's playing the role of the pinch hitter. They have the option of Abdul Ghaffar. He can bring you matches with the bat as well.
Zamir has played that straight towards the mid-off fielder. And they've only run through for a single. As we come to the end of the second over, a very good power play for 11 A's. They've bowled really well as 7 districts are 11 for 1 at the end of 2.
Next bowler, Nasser Aziz. Nasser Aziz Dawn. Very good bowler.
Another change in the bowling from 11 A's. Nasir Aziz replaces Sultan Ahmad. And what a cricketer Nasir Aziz is. Still running around, still working like he's 20 years old. He matches everything the youngsters do. As we look at his stats, 7 of 5 innings. And Samir has played that straight towards long off and down the throat of the fielder. Rahul Chopra picks up another catch, and their plan to send Mohammad Zamir to pinch hit potentially has not worked. He's walking back to the dugout for 7 of 7 deliveries.
Flighted delivery on the off stump, played straight into the hands of long off fielder Captain Cool Konen, making the right changes, utilizing his resources at his best. Wicket number 2 goes down for 76, 11 for 2, 2.1 over. The very first delivery, Nasser Aziz for the wicket of Zamir. Definitely, he looks like a 20-year-old young cricketer. I cannot spot a single grey hair.
And the beauty is he plays like one as well. So he does not let you, he won't let you know how old he is, but he plays like a youngster as we see Hafiz Al-Mas come to the crease. 57 in his 3 innings, an average of 14, a strike rate of 203. They're going to need that 7 districts. I feel a lot of how their run chase goes will depend on people like Hafiz Al-Mas, Muhammad Farooq, Shehzad, and Abdul Ghaffar.
Nicely bowled, not at all afraid to bowl those flighted deliveries. Nasir Aziz, exactly vast experience he played Pakistan first class cricket, and as well as he had represented UAE. He was a part of the 2016 World Cup squad which travelled to Australia. I'll just give you a hint so that you can guess his age.
Well, I'm sure Nasser would beg to differ with you. He still says he's in his 20s.
This is the love and the passion for this game, keeping Nasser involved.
Oh, that's been given as a wide. Nasser is not happy about that one. But T10s are not a bowler's game. Yeah, good call by GB Alex. Sahir Afridi has played that in between that extra cover and long off fielder for a boundary.
At last, waited and waited. Saveer Afridi, this time going over extra cover, one bounce. First boundary from the plate of Saveer Afridi. Score moves to 17. Two more deliveries left in this over.
That went between Nasir Aziz's legs, cleaned up by Ehsan Shah. He started bowling a little bit quicker. Those last 2 deliveries, the one that was given a wide and the one that was played toward extra cover, were far quicker than the last delivery he bowled. So he's trying to mix it up, which is good. But that quicker delivery gives people like Sahir an opportunity to free their arms and generate. They don't need to generate power because the ball is coming quicker. As Hafiz Al-Mas plays that towards long on, Rahul Chopra cleans up. They run through for a single, and 7 districts are 19 for 2 at the end of 3. Good over from Nasir Aziz.
Seven districts batting chart. Nothing much to talk about in the early stage of the second inning. Shakur managed just one. Saveer still out there in the middle, making 7. Zamir, who was promoted, scored on a ball 7. Now it's Almas joining Saveer Afridi in the middle, made 2 runs. But full mark should be given to Punen Abbas. The way he is leading the side, they started really badly in this tournament. They got to those winning ways. And he has read this wicket nicely and using bowlers accordingly.
Well, I feel yes, seven districts look like a more settled unit now. They understand who does what in their team, which I feel. Sorry, 11 Ace, pardon me. 11 Ace look like a settled unit as Mobeen Ali comes into bowl. 7 wickets in 3 innings, an economy of 4.2, which is outstanding for the T10 format, an average of three. He's one of the ones who've utilized the conditions really well with his slower ball bouncers, his slower deliveries, and then the pace deliveries. So he's a very integral part of that 11 ace bowling lineup. And so, yeah, 11 ace look like a settled unit to me. They realize the roles and responsibilities that need to be performed, but 7 districts has still not figured out who needs to be doing what in their side. And they've only played 3 games so far, so they've still got a few to go. But it's about time that they figure out what their best batting lineup is and who their bowlers are and when they need to be used as we get into the business end of the tournament.
Mubin comes in on the mark, push towards extra cover. A single to be taken by Hafiz Almaz. The problem with 7 districts is that top order they are not scoring as many as runs were expected by them. Abdul Shakur, Mohammad Sagir, Afridi. Shakur, we expect a lot from him. He has been disappointed the way he got out tonight.
Yeah, he's not been amongst the runs, so he's going to want to change that. As that's been given a wide. But again, I like the makeup of this bowler. Bobine looks like a really good unit. He's quick and he has those variations as well. And when you're bowling with pace, if you have a very good slower ball, you can really be a force to be reckoned with in any format, be it T10s or be it the 50 over game. And that's why I like this bowler a lot. He follows up that slower delivery with a pacey, fast, short one. And Sahir got no piece of it. He's 7 of 7 and he needs to get a move on. They're starting to fall slightly behind. It's a slower start than what 7 districts would have wanted.
Width offered, played towards deep extra cover. Boundaries are hard to come for 7 districts. 22 loss of 2 wickets. There has been a nice pick for 11 ace Mubin Ali. Right arm fast bowler. Mixing those deliveries. This time a shorter delivery on the back foot. Nasir Aziz completely misjudged. Top of that, it's a maximum from the blade of Hafiz Almaz.
Well, Mubin had set it up really nicely. He was mixing his deliveries up and he got exactly what he was looking for. That was not timed as well as Almas wanted. Look at Nasir Aziz. He's at least 6 feet inside in the ropes and he's just helped the ball over that rope for a maximum. He's not going to be happy. Nasir Aziz sets very high standards for himself. He's a fairly good fielder.
I feel sorry for the bowler Mubin. Nicely. The way he's mixing up those deliveries, it shows the amount of talent this fast bowler has. Those off cutters and slow bouncers, the quicker ones. Score moves to 29. The problem for 7 districts is still Nasir Aziz, Sultan, Nilanj. They have 1 over up their sleeve. Once again, a slower delivery coming down the track. Just at the last moment, Sagir Afridi played towards the point.
And that's the end of the over. 7 districts. So 30 for 2 at the end of 4. Look at the 11 ace bowling card, Sultan Ahmad. Brilliant as always. 1 wicket for 4 runs of his 1 over. Nilanj Keswani, no wicket for 7 runs of the 1 over. Nasir Aziz, 1 wicket for 8 of his 1 over. And Mubin Ali, slightly expensive, but courtesy that dropped catch, no wicket for 11 of his 1 over. 3 extras conceded.
Thirty for two, 4 overs gone. Comes in Nilanj Keswani. He has been brilliant in the first over, which he bowled Almas and Sagir Afridi, trying to rebuild the innings for 7 districts. Sagir is playing run-a-ball innings.
That's been cut and very well fielded, very well stopped by Sultan. He definitely saved 3 runs for his side. And the required rate is almost touching 10 now. And both Hafiz and Sahir are playing at, the Hafiz is playing at a strike rate of 200, but Sahir is playing at a strike rate of 100. He really needs to pick up. Because that's been played towards the cover fielder, and a direct throw would have had him.
Every fielder is targeting Nilanj Keswani instead of the stumps. Earlier it was Sultan Ahmad.
He's definitely going to have some bruises tonight. Oh, he was home. But Nilanj has copped it on the knee again. 55 required of 34 balls. With 8 wickets in hand. Again, you'd want to say the batting side would be in control. As that's a dot ball. Again, dot balls are going to add a lot more pressure on these batsmen and on Abdul Ghaffar, who I assume would be the next man in, because he's known as the finisher. Mohammad Sahir plays that down to long off. Ehsan Shah cleans up and they run through for another single.
Tight line bowled by Nilanj Keswani so far in this over. Hafiz Almas. Length he is bowling, not at all giving any room to the right hand batter. Nilanj, before the game, was so excited. We spoke to him a couple of minutes. He was excited that he was getting a chance to play tonight.
He's like a kid in a candy store with a ball in his hand. So as Sahir plays that towards short third man and runs through for a single. 35 for 2 at the halfway stage, requiring 52 of the last 30 balls. As there is going to be a change in the com box, it's going to be Abdurrahman with Ahmad Khwaja.
Thank you, Mudassir Ali and K.S. Farooq. 35 for 2 at the halfway stage. There's been some good disciplined bowling here from 11 aces. Ehsan Shahzad comes into bowl. Sagir Afridi has been struggling. Not even a runner ball at this stage, Ahmad Khwaja. That's not good enough from your opener.
Yeah, it's been a grind for 7 districts. Required run rate has jumped above 10, started at 8.5 at the beginning of the inning. So they're making a meal of this run chase. Still yet to win a match in the DCC X10 so far. And you can see that's a very tense looking dugout.
Yeah, absolutely. They are tense. The batting has been struggling just a bit. A very good Yorker that probably slipping down the leg side.
Yeah, that was never going to be given. Leg bias, but yeah, just confirming with the umpire, it was sliding down leg. But it's getting more and more difficult here, Abdul Rahman. Cracking Yorker there from Hassan.
Yeah, and again, the seven districts tactics of just batting out overs and then unleashing Abdul Ghaffar. I just think that one tactic is not going to pay off every time you play. Hafiz Almas has been hit on the boot. He's on the floor.
But he's a key player for them. One of the lead fast bowlers and a very handy all-rounder with the bat. So he'll need some running repairs here. Well, that was the Yorker. You can see him hit him right on the heel. A lot of nerves in that area. And he's looking in a bit of strife. Hopefully that magic spray will do the trick.
A lot of concern there from the seven districts players. A lot of people out right now around the batsman. Khalid Shah tells him, give him some breathing room. They all play cricket together. Outside of this fan code DCC X10, spend a lot of time together as well. Some genuine concern there from the 11As guys.
Well, absolutely. The entire UAE domestic scene, it's more of a one large family. It's like a brotherhood. Everybody plays with each other, against each other throughout the different clubs and franchises. So naturally, you will feel aggrieved when you see a rival or even a teammate go down. But he looks to be okay, good to go. Just that spray will have that numbing effect. And let's see if we can continue to bat, though. That'll be interesting.
Well, this might be a bit of a blessing in disguise for seven districts. If we get Almas to start hitting instead of trying to run, maybe they can get some quick boundaries here. Sageer Afridi on the other end, he needs to get a move along. When you face 14 odd deliveries in a run chase, you should be at least 25, maybe 30 odd runs.
Yeah, especially having played the overs of power play. And look at them, absolutely jet off the field there. Of course, over rates will be important. And our match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam, always keeps the teams on their toes. Doesn't like time wasting in the least.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Stopwatch is out. We're ready to start again.
Well, let's hope he doesn't start timing us. Then we'll be under pressure. Meanwhile, Hassan Shahzad continues. Outside edge. Well, streaky, but they all count.
Well, a big, long break there. The first delivery was right on target. Sageer Afridi luckily gets an outside edge. No chance for Kunain Abbas to get a glove on that. And no third man as well.
Yeah, just trying to smash that ball out of the sevens. Genuine outside edge, no slipper, of course. So, was that the shot that would bring Mohammad Sageer Afridi into fifth gear? They need him to get going. 46 needed of 27. Cracked away and straight to backward point. That's a very good catch. And well, just when it looked like Sageer would be getting going, he's hauled out.
A slower delivery, stuck in the wicket. Roll of the fingers and a very good catch by Shaurya Singh. Big wicket this. Sageer Afridi walking back for a run of ball 16, 7 districts, 41 for 3.
Sahira Preeti is out.
Well, in walks the big man Abdul Ghaffar.
Good, anyway.
It's a cross between Chris Gale and Mohammed Irfan, I tell you that. Put those two in a machine, and if you blend them, you get Abdul Ghaffar. Look at that strike rate. Just with 24 runs in the tournament so far, 22 in that one innings, and 240 the strike rate.
Yeah, he doesn't like to waste time, doesn't complicate his batting. A free swing of the arms and the ball disappears. And Hassan Shahzad will have to be careful.
That grip reminds me of Ijaz Ahmed, the way he's standing at the crease with that bat facing towards point from the get-go.
Yeah, he had a very strange technique indeed, but what a player he was. This time slapped over Whitish mid wicket. And good fielding. Excellent work there, Nilanj Keswani.
Very well fielded. The 11's fielding has been spot on today. But just that start, you can see the intent, you can see why he's so highly rated. Abdul Ghaffar. He has a big role to play here. Out of those 44 runs, you'd expect him to score at least 25-30.
Look at that bat face looking right at us. You're right, Abdul Rahman. Very, very unorthodox indeed. She still doesn't slice the ball a lot. Straight as a die. Oh, excellent Yorker from Hassan Shahzad. Good response. That concludes a very, very good over indeed. Perhaps a game-changing one. 43 for 3. Well, you can see the body language of the dugout there. They look tense, nervous times. And our match referee in the background, Mr. Shiju. Eagle-eyed Shiju Sam. Watching the play very, very closely like a hawk.
And a very colorful shirt again. I have to say.
He's my fashion consultant. Whatever color he wears, I try to imitate the next day. Hafiz Almas on strike to Nasir Aziz, the Dawn. Drill down the ground. And in this kind of pressure cooker situation, he is exactly the man you want on to bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll ask for the ball. 9 times out of 10, he'll go to his captain and say, alright, the big man's in, give me the ball. But this is a crunch moment right here. As Farooq likes to say, this is the over, the make or break over. Abdul Ghaffar against Nasir Aziz.
But he'll be using those cannonballs, that slow off breaker, the drifter, the quicker one. He has all inside edge, squeezed away, just to square leg for one, not even outside the ring. So they're looking for a boundary desperately here.
Yeah, and Nasir Aziz, I just found a lot of confidence, especially after that bowling performance against the Pacific Group. At first over, took out Fayaz Ahmed and Adil Malik.
But that is some way to dismiss. 42 needed of 22. It's getting tight. It's getting difficult numerically. But Abdul Ghaffar, he could care less about arithmetic. Hafiz Almas 13 of 9. It's that full toss straight and powerful for 4.
Well, he hit the ball so hard and he knew it. Didn't even bother running for that one. He knew there was 4 the moment it left his back. And now it's Nasir Aziz under pressure.
Just a loopy full toss, nothing on it. And the bottom hand driving the ball to the fence. So they've got the early boundary in the over. Can they make it a big one? This is slightly wider, beautifully bowled outside his arc, and he can only drag it to mid-wicket for one.
Ball drifting away from the batsman, then turning in the perfect off spinner's delivery. Even though he's been hit for the boundary, Nasir Aziz again tossing it up, giving it some air. Will he try the same thing against Abdul Ghaffar is the question, or will he go for that flatter delivery?
Well, spoiler alert, he will not. 50 up for 7 districts. Oh, it's a full toss, got away with it. He really got away with it there. It's a matter of survival for the spinners here in T10.
Well, I would say that was the perfect full toss to Abdul Ghaffar. Couldn't get his back under it at pace.
Well, Hafiz has got the measure of him. Can he get one more boundary here? They desperately need it. Oh, outside it, screwed away and taken at short third. Well, that plan has certainly worked for 11 A's time and again. And Nasir Aziz, the experienced wily old fox, strikes again.
Well, it's the dawn, and he's always going to step up for the big moments. Again, giving a lot of width to Almas, who chased it, skewed it right into the hands of Mubin Malik, who's done really well there. Very good over in the end, even though he conceded the boundary. He got the wicket. Almas has to walk back for 18 of 12. 7 districts in a lot of trouble now. 51 for 4 at the end of 7 overs.
So nobody getting a sizable score. 16 of 16 for Sahil Afridi, 18 of 12 for Hafiz Almas. They still have Shehzad Ali to come after this, but batting is starting to run out here.
Yeah, Shehzad Ali and Haider Ali, you think the only two batsmen that could get 13, 14 runs and over from here. That's what they need. They need 13 and over. And if it's any pair that can do that, it's this pair at the crease. Right now, Abdul Ghaffar and Mohammad Farooq. Dugout looking nervous, minute by minute. Sultan comes into bowl, hit very hard, straight down the ground. Oh, it's a fumble. Will they come back for 2? Yes, they do.
But that is pressure for you. Hassan Shehzad, usually a very safe fielder. And that was a fumble that cost them an extra run. And that means Ghaffar will remain on strike. Alarm bells will be going off for 11 A's.
Well, 11 A's have brought in their ace, Sultan.
And he smacked that over extra cover for a flat 6. That is what Abdul Ghaffar can do. And Hassan Shehzad, he'll be looking for a place to hide his face.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot by Abdul Ghaffar. On one knee, over extra cover for a maximum against the spinner. Talk about power.
Look at that bat speed. Absolutely ridiculous. Now Sultan Ahmed is on the back foot. And he goes straight. He hasn't connected. And he takes the catch. Hassan Shehzad makes up for his error. And he takes the catch of all catches.
Well, Sultan Ahmed is bowled to the best of the best of the best in T10 cricket. And he's got in the best of Abdul Ghaffar this time. Got hit for a maximum. And he pulled back his length just enough to get a miscued shot right into the hands of Hassan Shehzad. What a pressure catch this was. Chipping on him. Oh, look at that relief. No celebration. There was just relief on the face of Hassan.
Beautiful bowling by Sultan Ahmed. like Abdul Rahman mentioned. Super experienced and he knows how to bowl. His pressure overs are far. Departs for a quick fire 12 off 7. It's 59 for 5. Strike rate of 151 for Shehzad Ali. Only dealing in maximums. 4 sixes in those 50 runs he has in the X10. And they could do with a couple right now. Right then, Sultan Ahmed. Down the leg side. Waiting for the umpire signal. He did shuffle a bit. It will be given as wide. So 2 runs added to the score.
Sultan Ahmed targeting those stumps, targeting the pads, lifting down slightly. Shehzad Ali, as he said, 4 sixes to his name so far. And they take 2 right now. And that would even the score, so to speak. 26 of 15.
Inside edge. Dot ball. A priceless dot ball. 26 needed of 14. Who will win this game, Abdul Rahman? I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, I think 11 aces have the aces up their sleeve. That joke alert.
Abdul Rahman with the puns. And Mohammad Farooq with that shot over extra cover. There is a sweeper out there, Nilansh. Oh, that's a brilliant adjustment, late adjustment. They will pick up 2.
And almost overran the ball. Long hands. Able to stop it. What a good over so far from Sultan. They get hit for that 6, but that wicket. And then since then, keeping it under check.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant over. Sultan Ahmed stepped up to the plate and got the massive wicket. 63 for 5. And this is Mr. Ganesh, part of our team here at IDW. Why are you looking so shocked? It's your birthday, mate. Happy birthday to you. And he seems to be a bit camera shy there.
I hope he's watching. Yeah, now he doesn't have the camera. Big smile. Happy birthday, young man.
He's a top lad. He's a top man. Working away into the late hours of the night. And happy birthday to you. And our director is asking you where is the cake. That is what we really want to know. And he's conveniently started to ignore us.
Back live to the action. 24 needed of 12 deliveries. 12 and over from here at Ahmed Khwaja. And you would back the batting side mostly to get those runs. But they've just not picked up. They don't have a lot of batsmen to come to 7 districts.
It's not an easy surface to bat on. That's my concern. Otherwise, Shehzad Ali and Mohammad Farooq on a flatter wicket would certainly pick these runs away. So Mubin Malik given the penultimate over, a pressure over if there ever was one.
I think it is the floating power play. Just having a look at the field.
Yes, it is the power play. You're right, Abdul Rahman. So here we go. 3 men outside the ring. A golden opportunity for 7 districts. Tucked away. Beats the fine leg for 4. That's the way you want to start the 9th over.
Well, good looking shot that. You have to say the fielder could have done well. But that's the advantage of having that power play. Would have probably had a traditional fine leg fielder deep. This time, short fine in the circle. Boundary to start the over. 20 needed of 11 now.
You have to bowl a lot fuller, Mubin Malik. That was length. And length will be hit either behind the keeper or in front. 20 off 11. Shehzad Ali, can he be the hero for 70 tonight? Oh, it's a slow delivery. They'll scamper for the bye. And Farooq has made it with plenty of time to spare.
So quick, Farooq. He was off just after that ball left the hand. Always wanted to get on strike. Look at that.
excellent intent, and he was within the crease, so no chances for a Manke. Well in time. In fact, he was past the stumps. Right then, 19 off 10. They need another 6 here. That will swing the pendulum towards the men in grey. Mubin Malik, he looks relaxed, doesn't seem too bothered. Can he deliver up the Rahman?
He's had a very good tournament so far. Moved some crucial overs and he hit some wickets just at the right time.
Here we go. Slow delivery and he's bowled him. Once again, that delightful off-cutter he has, and Mohammad Farooq's stumps have been shattered.
Well, what I love about that delivery is look how far he's gone wide of the crease and then cutting that ball in. And you have to say that was a poor shot from Farooq. Completely lost his shape. Dragging it towards mid-wicket. 2 of 4 for him. 7 districts, 68 for 6 now.
Shahid Nawaz. Well, they need a big fast bowler to belt some now. Slow delivery. That is absolutely sensational bowling from Mubin Malik. Look at the dip on that one.
We've seen Dwayne Bravo and Malinga do that. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely amazing.
That is absolutely unplayable. To have the mental strength to bowl that at this stage of the game, that tells you a lot about Mubin Malik's quality. 19 of 8. Oh, he does it again. That is absolutely incredible. Fantastic over. A game-changing one and a match-winning one.
Well, just that first ball drifting down the patch for a boundary. Then after that, perfection. Depth bowling as best as you would ever see.
And the most deceptive part is that his head falls away. So you feel like, he's really bending his back. But instead, the loopy ball comes out. Brilliant over.
We see 3 in a row.
He's read it this time. It's back away to mid-wicket. Nilansh out there. He has a big throw on him, but they will pick up 2. 17 needed of the final over. What a match we're witnessing here at the fan code DCC X10. "17 needed of 6. Hassan Shehzad. Well, the spotlight is on you, young man. Shehzad Ali on strike. Oh, he's missed everything. Hit the pad. A dot ball.
Shehzad Ali refusing the single. He's backing himself to score those 17 runs inside half of the bat onto the boot.
Well, when you stop refusing those ones, then it becomes really difficult. I think that's the wrong tactic to do in a final over. You just keep chipping away, and even the big fast bowler can hit 1 or 2 these days. Don't send him back and allow the bowler keep that psychological edge. Dragged away to mid-wicket. They're going to push for 2 here no matter what. Here we go. Big throw needed. And he's been run out by Miles. Absolute Miles. No chance for Shahid.
Well, just what you were saying, Ahmed Khwaja, that's summarized right there. Instead of taking two singles, they've tried to take a double which never existed. And just to get Shahzad back on strike, there was a bit of a fumble as well, and a bit of yes, no, maybe. Easy run out. He wasn't even in the frame. Shahid Nawaz has to walk back for two. 7 districts now 71 for 7.
$16 needed of 4. He's hit that over extra cover. And will it cross the fence? Touch and go, Nilansh. Brilliant fielding. There was no way Nilansh Kiswani was going to let that ball cross the rope.
Good fielding. 3 people converging on that. Nilansh Kiswani keeping it in play. Khalid Shah and Shaurya Singh giving it back up. Brilliant fielding by the youngster at cover.
Right area, but just couldn't middle it. Shahzad Ali. He has the ability to strike the ball big. 14 off 3. Oh, it's a bouncer. Just squirted away to fine leg. Mathematically, 7 districts have lost the game here, Abdurrahman.
Well, we could have a super over. 2 sixes, ties the game. Ahmed Khwaja. Wahab wasn't coming in at number 9. I don't think you can expect a couple of big hits from him.
He's a very slight lad, but you never know. 13 needed off 2. How have 7 districts fumbled this chase? Now they need a miracle just to get to the super over. Around the wicket. He's picked it up. It will land within the outfield. And that is game, set and match. 11 ace. Hold the nerve.
12 needed of 1. And barring a no ball or a wide, that's the game for the 7 districts. They look very sad in that dugout, and rightly so. They had the opportunity.
This would be desperately disappointing for 7 districts. They both lost on the trot. He's just sliced this in the air. It's going to be a catch at deep mid wicket. Hassan Shahzad, you beauty. 11 ace. Romp to victory.
Well, the way Hassan Shahzad and Mubin Malik have bowled, they deserve that victory. Right at the death, some intelligent bowling, those slower deliveries, those cutters. That floaty Yorker that Mubin Malik bowled, 3 dot balls on the trot. And final wicket, Rahul Chopra taking the catch. What a victory this for 11 ace. They were without their star batsman Usman Khan. They had a couple of other guys rested as well. In the end, they pulled out a victory. And those 2 points will keep them in the top 2 or top 3 of the group stage, that's for sure.
But there you can see a very happy team. And why not? They had to fight out of their skins to defend this paltry score from 85. And in the end, they've done it quite comfortably. 11 ace winning by 11 runs and a very dejected looking 7 district side. So close to victory, but just do not know how to win up the demand. That is the key.
Absolutely. Just not able to finish off the game. Had a poor start when they started batting and then just couldn't finish it. A lot of dependency on Abdul Ghaffar to turn out miracles day in, day out. That's not going to happen. Now the teams are smart enough to understand. 11 ace. Well, even though they didn't have their full batting, they've done well. That's the batting card. And as you can see, just no batsman stepping up. 16 of 16 for Zahir. Almas 18 of 12. Ghaffar 12 of